Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming in this morning to the Student of the Quarter ceremony for the first 9 weeks. We have a lot of students who we are recognizing for their hard work and efforts today, so we are super excited about that. Being at Speedway, we have a tremendous opportunity to form strong relationships with our kids and really show them how much we appreciate having them in our classrooms. This is being filmed this morning for Speedway Television. You can find it on Comcast Channel 28 or UVerse Channel 99 if you'd like to watch this, or it's also a YouTube channel as well. But before we begin, I'd just like to thank a few people. I'd like to thank the success team that I'm on, Ms. Haug, Ms. Denny, Ms. Malloy, and Mr. Todd and all their efforts. I'd like to thank the administration, Mr. Hall, Mr. Trebley, Mr. Disney, Mr. Zartman, Mr. Claiborne, and the guidance for all their efforts in this, and then all the staff for recognizing the students. A really special opportunity. And without further ado, we're going to have Ms. Haug begin reading names. So Ms. Haug.
Good morning. Our first student is Joel Magna Bosco. He's recognized by Mr. Kurtz. It is widely known that Joel has academic and leadership abilities that are special. I am honored to be able to witness his academic intuition and analysis skills almost daily in APES. Joel can be counted on to provide insightful comments as we discuss content and work through experimental and conceptual information in class. It is obvious that he is also a valued sounding board for classmates. I have seen many examples of his abilities to lead and provide quality feedback as he works with others. I am also grateful that he questions ideas and gives me an opportunity to be challenged as an educator. It is a privilege to have Joel as a student. We're recognizing Sam Davis by Mr. Dorman. Sam epitomizes the student who does things the Speedway way. As a member of our high school journalism team, Sam is eager to develop story ideas that are interesting both to himself as the writer-reporter and for our student readers. His conscientious effort to thoroughly complete his duties as a reporter are much appreciated, not only by myself and our newspaper staff, they are appreciated by our student audience. Thank you, Sam, for your dutiful approach to your writing and reporting duties on behalf of the plugged-in team and Speedway High School. Ethan Roberts is being recognized by Ms. Mole. Ethan is an amazing young man. He is one of the band's drum majors and a great leader all around. He comes into jazz band class during lunch to get extra practice every day. There are multiple mornings before school that I hear him practicing as well. The band would not have functioned as well this past summer without Ethan. He led the setup of our field for every practice and the teardown. He made sure it was done correctly every time. He is the first one at rehearsals and the last to leave. He comes to rehearsals and class with new ideas all the time on how to improve our groups. Ethan goes above and beyond what is expected of him, and sometimes I feel I would be lost without all of his help. Thank you so much, Ethan, for everything that you give each and every day. Billie Jarred is being recognized by both Ms. Kilgore and Mr. Todd. Billie has been a 4-year starter on the volleyball team. As the setter, she serves as the quarterback on the court. Her steadiness and consistency makes the offense efficient. In class and on the court, she has a great attitude. Billie does everything that a teacher would want. Takes notes, thinks about what's going on, asks questions, works well with others, does the practice problems, and smiles in math class. Whether on the court or in the classroom, Billie always gives her best effort. Mr. Todd says that Billie demonstrates persistent, high academic achievement. This scholar consistently and efficiently exhibits a wide range of U.S. government knowledge and analyses. Billie's professionalism and sense of humor are an asset to his class. She proves her leadership almost daily by helping others without being asked. Billie's confidence and humble disposition are refreshing. Thanks for your dedication to academics and those around you. Paola Rodriguez is recognized by Mr. Troyer. Paola has been a delight to have in class this year. During discussion, she makes valuable contributions, and her positive attitude has a strong impact on her fellow students. Paola has taken her classwork seriously and has approached all of her assignments as opportunities to learn and improve her skills. She is a classroom leader in every sense of the word. Andy Castillo Mauricio by Mr. Probst. Andy walks through the doors to my classroom every day with a smile on his face and an enthusiastic walk. He chats with other students until the bell rings, at which time he becomes all business. He is always well prepared and listens to everything that is presented with full attention. The work he turns in, whether it's homework, quizzes, or tests, is extremely well done and thought out. And the best thing as a teacher, it's the same way every day. He certainly does things the Speedway way. Olivia Hargett is being recognized by Miss Weatherhead. This year I was fortunate enough to have Olivia as a first-time art student in my drawing and painting class. She is extremely analytical and has a keen eye for observation and detail. More importantly, I appreciate her willingness to take risks and determination to succeed. She brings the right attitude to the classroom that is contagious. I'm excited to see her artistic abilities develop as the year progresses. Ayanna Gordy is recognized by Coach Ray. Those of you that have been associated with Ayanna know that she is a very polite and quiet young lady. My first encounter with her was when she volunteered to be my football manager. I knew nothing about her except she wanted to help out with the football program, so I gave her the opportunity to do so, and in hindsight, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. She showed me early on that she was a very responsible person and right on cue whether either a coach or a player needed something. Over the past couple of years, I have noticed that Ayanna has a great deal to offer and found out what a super gal she really is. She's no longer part of the football program, but has taken on being the role of my TA, and I'm sure she's second-guessing that decision. Ayanna continues to keep a 3.0 plus GPA while working a part-time job. By the way, I'm continually asking her if she's getting rich yet. She just looks at me with that great big grin and says no. Ayanna is truly a joy to be around, and there is no doubt that this young lady will do great things in the future. Anna Long is recognized by Mr. Beard. From wanting to drop my AP Economics class 2 weeks in to being one of the top 5 students in AP Econ, Anna Long has firmly established herself as an economics guru. She is able to answer any question that comes her way and helps her classmates to better understand the material through meaningful conversations. Anna also extends her learning beyond the classroom by researching and watching documentaries related to class topics. In addition to being a first-class student, Anna is also a top-notch person. She exhibits the kind of leadership qualities you wish all students her age possessed and has a caring demeanor which contributes greatly to the school culture. Although she may tell you that AP Economics is not her favorite class, it is definitely a subject that she is adept at. Ms. Long, I cannot tell you how thankful I am that you decided to stick it out in this class and strive to improve your educational experience. You are without a doubt capable of becoming an economist someday if you so choose to. Okay, Carter Richardson is recognized by Mr. Dunphy. This year I am fortunate enough to have Carter as a student in my computer science class. He does a great job of looking for solutions to problems they are given and has shown a great deal of persistence to continue to look for solutions even after his initial attempt may have failed. Carter also has done a great job making connections between the material we have been learning, seeing how many different tasks they are given fit together in the bigger picture of class. I'm excited to see his continued growth and development in computer science skills throughout the rest of the academic year. Andrea Rodriguez Dominguez as recognized by myself. I wish to recognize Andrea Rodriguez Dominguez as my student of the quarter for the first quarter of this school year. Andrea is a student in my AP Chemistry course and is pushing herself past personal limits to achieve success in my classroom and in turn her life. Andrea is prompt, organized, and a diligent student, but more importantly, she works well with all of her peers, knows how to find humor in difficult work, advocates for her learning, and independently pursues supplemental materials to achieve better understanding of chemistry content. Andrea has met the challenging requirements of AP Chemistry with gusto, and she will be nothing but pleased with the future outcome. Nia Woods, as recognized by Mr. Claiborne. I am proud to recognize Nia Woods as my student of the quarter. Already in the short time that she has been with us, she has impressed me with her kindness to peers, her diligence with her classwork, and her respectfulness of staff. Throughout a stressful 20 minutes when her phone went missing, she was incredibly polite, apologetic for the time that I had to spend, and very appreciative of my help. When she discovered that her phone was actually still in her locker, where it was supposed to be, we had a good laugh. Nia is on track to make the honor roll for her first semester in high school, and I look forward to getting to know her better and seeing her become a leader in our school over the next 4 years.
At this time, I'll take over the reading duties from Ms. Howard. Next up is Mr. Abdul Baset Mustafa, as recognized by Mr. Wills. Abdul sets the bar for his peers in Algebra 2. His work shows a level of organization and attention to detail that his peers should strive to emulate. His effort and dedication to precision are a shining example to other students on the level of work that should be the goal for every Algebra 2 student. Abdul? Good job. Next up is Mr. Garrett Oden, as recognized by Mr. Merrill. This season, the Speedway High School soccer team underwent a coaching transition. This can often be a difficult situation for many teams to endure. However, for our soccer program, the transition was seamless, due in large part to the leadership of Garrett. Garrett leads by example, always striving for excellence on and off the field. Garrett's positive leadership style helps get the best out of his teammates. He's a true role model for all of our younger student athletes to try to follow. Garrett? Next up is Ms. Lucy Wilson. Lucy's work is impeccable. She quietly and unassumingly sets the standard for excellence in pre-calculus. Mr. Brown says that during the first quarter, Lucy has missed 1 point, period. Out of every assignment, test, and quiz, she has missed only 1 point out of over 400 possible points. Her dedication to doing quality work is evident in everything she does. The format and detail of her homework and its clarity is what I wish I could get from every student. Lucy? Next up is Ms. Kaitlyn Turnquest, as recognized by Ms. Malloy. It says, I am recognizing junior Kaitlyn Turnquest. Kate's positive attitude and bright smile make her an absolute pleasure to have in class. She is always volunteering to read out loud or answer questions during discussions, what every teacher loves. More importantly though, Katie is a warm and generous friend to her classmates. If she sees another student needs help on an assignment, she will immediately step in to offer assistance. She even recognizes when students are having a bad day and may need cheering up. I have witnessed her taking the time to offer encouraging words to students in those situations. Speedway High School is lucky to call her spark plug. Next up is Jesus Ruvalcaba Pacheco, as recognized by Ms. Franklin Toom. Mi hijo, mi profe, and mi héroe. This is Jesus, my right-hand man. It is my hope that I can share with you how remarkable and hardworking he is. His passion for Spanish and a better education are admirable. He pushes me to want to do better every day. He is my inspiration. I've had the privilege of working with Jesus for the last 4 years, and my admiration and respect for him grow more each year. As one of the youngest in his senior class at 16, he shows the maturity and leadership that many students long to possess. This year he stepped up and has helped me to develop the AP Spanish Literature curriculum. As one of 5 students in the class, he's created calendars, study guides for his peers, websites, and led them in discussions, research stories, and poems, and obviously inspired each of them to do their best in class. While I teach the AP language class, he works with his classmates to cover the required material for the curriculum and the AP exam. I am amazed at the respect and guidance this young man shares with his fellow classmates. I want to say gracias. Thank you, Jesus, for being my assistant. I truly believe that you'll be an exceptional teacher in the future. You will continue to make a difference. Jesus. Next up is Mr. Silas Baker, recognized by Ms. Baker. I've recognized Silas for Student of the Quarter. He moved to Speedway High School this semester and has immediately become part of the Speedway family. I can remember his first day in my class where he jumped right in, began participating, and worked with his fellow classmates. He instantly began to form friendships and relationships with his classmates. From then, he has shown his academic growth as well. He consistently completes work to the best of his ability while doing it on time. I look forward to seeing him grow, not only in the social studies content, but at Speedway High School as well. Silas? Next up is Mr. Jonathan Sauter, as recognized by Mr. Borum. It says, Mr. Sauter epitomizes the Student of the Quarter award. He is respectful, kind, hardworking, and involved. He is a student artist that has demonstrated commitment and dedication both in the classroom and in the music program. Jonathan exhibits a quiet confidence coupled with a sincere and genuine humility. When I congratulated him on earning a 35 on his ACT, 36 is a perfect score, and a score of 4 or higher on his past 4 AP exams, he received the compliment with modesty and appreciation. In all my interactions with this young man, Jonathan has always been positive, polite, thoughtful, and considerate. Jonathan, as you pursue your life goals, never lose your passion, well-roundedness, and sincere disposition. And in the words of Winston Churchill, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. John? Next up is Mr. Duncan Kurtz, is recognized by Mr. Owens. It says, Duncan is always the first one to class and pairs that timeliness with preparedness. He is passionate about his projects and works diligently to ensure that the only outcome is success. Duncan is also a great classmate and continuously participates in class discussions. I am excited to watch Duncan grow in my project Lead the Way program. Duncan? Next up is Ms. Brianna Black, is recognized by Ms. Denny. I would like to recognize Brianna Black for Student of the Quarter, as she is considerate, positive, supportive, and determined. She often contributes to the classroom culture by helping distribute papers, setting up the Promethean board, and participating in class discussion. Brianna is a great contributor to the classroom culture and takes initiative, which is tremendous and a support to me. I have enjoyed her confidence and I look forward to her continual academic success in Spanish class. Keep up the hard work, Brianna. Next up is Mr. Nicholas Curran and Ms. Courtney Merrill, as recognized by Mr. Bennett. Numerous people have made the comparison of running a race to how you live your life. While the goal is to finish first in a race, sometimes doing your best results in winning the race with yourself. Also, to run in a race, one must train, be disciplined, and be mentally tough. All qualities that Courtney Merrill and Nick Curran demonstrate in cross-country races and in the classroom. Because they have raced to be the best they can be, they can say that they were the first to do something no other female and male cross-country runners can claim in the 58-year history of Speedway cross-country. That is having a female and male all-county runner in the same season. Congratulations to Courtney and Nick on this accomplishment, and best of luck tomorrow in the regional championships at Ben Davis. And lastly, we have Courtney Merrill, Jennifer Merrill, and Zach Merrill, as recognized by Mr. Zartman. It says, in literary circles, the rule of three is a writing principle that suggests that things come in threes are inherently funnier, more delightful, more impressive, and more memorable than other numbers of things. One only needs to look as far as the Three Little Pigs, the Three Blind Mice, the Three Musketeers, the Three Stooges, the Powerpuff Girls, or the sibling trio of Courtney, Jen, and Zach Merrill to see the geniusness of this principle. The Merrill triplets have consistently excelled throughout their 4 years at Speedway High School, both inside and outside of the classroom. Combined, they account for 30% of the top 10 students in the senior class based on GPA. For those of you who are not mathematically inclined, that means that all three rank within the top 10. In addition, all three are currently enrolled in and have taken multiple AP classes, our most rigorous academic offerings at Speedway High School. They've also earned multiple qualifying scores on the subsequent AP exams. It should be noted that all three are also members of our famed high school band, where they find time for all their activities and accomplishments as anyone's guest, but I'd like to highlight a few of those for each individual. For Courtney. Courtney has once again started the school year shining brightly in cross country, being named to the all-sectional team for the 4th time, all-conference in the ICC for the 4th time, and all-Marion County for the 3rd time. She's already been named all-regional twice and will have the opportunity for a 3rd as she competes in the regional race tomorrow. To say she is one of the greatest runners to come out of Speedway High School would not be an exaggeration, as she is also the current school record holder in the 5K. Just as impressive as her athletic and academic accomplishments is her dedication to improving her community. Last year, Courtney spearheaded the effort to put in a community garden at Wheeler Elementary. This year, she spearheaded the formation of a garden club at the high school and is now in the process of trying to create a garden here as well. For Jen. Jen was recently named as a National Merit Commended Scholar for having a PSAT score that ranked her in the top 3% of all students in the nation. This comes as no surprise to me or anyone else that comes in contact with her. When asked, one of her teachers commented that Jen is a blessing to have in class. She works hard, she asks the hard questions that few students in my 6 years of teaching have had the ability to ask. Another commented, Jen is incredibly bright, and I appreciate that she's humble about it. She's a great contributor to class discussions as well, offering insights often. All of Jennifer's teachers commented on how helpful that she is to them and her fellow students. She recently helped her AP Physics teacher solve the setup for a half-Atwood machine lab for Physics 1 that he did not have all the needed materials for. With Jen's help, they were able to design the lab using different materials than would have normally been used. This is just one of the many stories I've witnessed or heard that showcase Jen's abilities and her willingness to help others. And lastly, Mr. Zach Merrill. Zach competed ferociously this fall as the #1 singles player on our tennis team, securing his third straight season of double-digit single wins. He helped lead our team to victory in the Speedway Invitational, going undefeated on the day. He also qualified and participated in the IHSAA State Singles Championship this year for the second time, the only singles player in school history to do so. In addition, he finishes his high school tennis career with one of the best dual records in school history. These accomplishments are not surprising, as Zach's heart, work ethic, and leadership are immeasurable. According to his tennis coach, Zach was always willing to hit balls with his teammates in the offseason as one of their biggest cheerleaders during the season. He was also instrumental in giving needed words of encouragement and motivation when others need it most. I want to thank each of them for their contributions to Speedway High School and for being the epitome of a spark plug. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, this concludes our ceremony. If you would like, please come up and get something to eat, drink, and enjoy some fellowship with your teachers and students and everyone else. Thank you so much.